Good morning, rising senior scholars and rising juniors. This is week 1 of our summer workshop that is being presented to help you discover basically you and what you want to do as a future and as a career. This week, we will focus on discovering you. Now, what exactly does that mean? Discovering you means finding out those things about you, your likes, your skills, those things about you that really shape you in to the person that you're going to be, and generally, and as well, help you pick out a career for the future. And so this week, in addition to listening to, or watching other YouTube videos besides this one, you're also going to be doing a career aptitude test, a what do I want to do? What do I like to do? And so it will ask questions about you, like when you walk into a crowded room, do you jump into conversation or do you prefer to hang back and just kind of read the room and then pick and choose who you might associate and talk with? That demonstrates, some things about your personality. Now, either option is not bad or wrong. It's just who you are. It's just the things and the preferences that you like and that you prefer. So let's talk about these career aptitude tests. And actually, over the course of the 6 weeks, you will be doing 3 of them. Why 3? Because sometimes as we are discovering ourselves, our likes and desires will change. We'll figure something new about ourselves. Like maybe you love to read, and you'd never thought about a career where you might read things, but as you look at various careers and things like that, you're like, hey, maybe I can transition this love for reading into some kind of career. So we're going to be taking these career aptitude tests. You're going to learn about career options. You're going to assess your skills and your interests. And the purpose of that is to help you match you to a job. So when you do these career aptitude tests, please take your time. Please think about your answer. And I believe in all of the tests, you have to choose something. So there might be 3 options and you're like, I don't like any of this. But here's the bottom line. You may like one of them. You may prefer one of them over another. So please, when we do these personality traits and aptitude tests, please choose something, because it will help you discover your interests and the things that you like. The other thing about these aptitude or career assessment tests is that it will help you recognize your personality traits. For example, you may not like to work around a whole bunch of people. Another one of you has to have a crowd because you feed off of crowds and you love being in the thick of things. This is one of the things that a career aptitude test will help you determine. It will help you determine what personality traits of yours can match with a job. Also, these career traits will measure other ability, such as physical dexterity. For those of you who are athletes, how can you match your love for football or baseball or track to a career? Maybe you might go into sports medicine after maybe a successful career in the NFL or NBA, but still you need some kind of option so that you can become a professional of some kind and actually take care of yourself. Another thing about these aptitude tests is that they determine your skill or your ability to succeed in a particular niche or field. So one of the things that I hear a lot of times from young people who don't know what they want to do, so they may just randomly pick a career or they might say, oh, I want to go into psychology. And one of the things that these aptitudes will pick up is whether you enjoy talking to people, whether you love numbers, because part of psychology is analyzing numbers and using them to make an assessment of perhaps the population you serve. So there's more to it than just talking. There's also perhaps you're fascinated with the brain and how it works. So perhaps the career aptitude test might ask you some questions that are all about how you think and all. So answer these. Try your best to answer these. Now, let me just say this about these career aptitude tests. A lot of times, they're not spot on. I have taken them, and it's hilarious in terms of the things that they suggested I was good for. So examine it. Don't feel like you have to stick to what that particular career aptitude test says you should do and says you should be. Don't feel like you're stuck in there. No, just use it as a guide. And just look back. I want to say this. Just look back over your childhood and think about the things that you have enjoyed doing. Think about the subjects that you have that really came easy to you. For example, I was a news reporter, a writer at some point. And when I was in high school, I loved my classes. I loved my English classes. I loved my writing classes. I joined the high school yearbook and the high school newspaper. So it was kind of becoming clear to me, even in high school, what I would probably pursue, or at least try out. So I went to college and I said, I'm going to try it out. I do love to write, but now I also had to learn the skill of reporting, because reporting and just like writing a paper are kind of different animals. But I needed to try it out. And so I got that opportunity when I went to college, and I began to see how much I loved every single writing course. Now, if you're not a writer, you're going to hate all your writing courses, right? But I love, once you get past those initial classes in your first year and sometimes your second year, and then you get to delve into the career or degree that you're interested in, and you love it, you're pretty much on point, or you pretty much have figured out to some extent what you want to do. So in doing these aptitude tests, make sure that you understand that it will help you also decide what types of jobs might fit you. So for example, when I took one test, it said that I had writing abilities. Like all the questions that came to writing, I was like, yes. Love to read, yes. Love to write, yeah, yes. But it was interesting, the careers that it picked out for me. It was very interesting. So it gave me pause, even though I'm older than, probably 2 to 3 times older than many of you. It gave me food for thought about maybe careers after I retire or something like that. So this week, it is all about discovering you, figuring out you. Now, some of you may already know what you want to do, or you've been had an opportunity to see professionals in that field, and you're like, yeah, this is definitely for me. So make sure that you, excuse me a second, honestly, answer each question of your career aptitude, your career assessment test. Excuse me for a second. So there's going to be one I think you can do online, and the other 2 you're going to have to like print out or something and write the answers down. But again, please use each of these career aptitude tests to discover you. You are worth discovering. it is worth your time to figure out what you want to do. Now, let me say this, and I'm going to finish up because this will be your first week's video. All of your parents, all of those who are part of your family or your tribe, we want to see you succeed. We want to see you have things of your own. We want to see you making your own money. We want to see you building families and families that build communities. We want to see you part of the workforce and out there being productive citizens. And so it is super important that you take time to discover you. I didn't tell the truth. I have one more thing. Now, to those who don't know what they want to do, that is okay. I just want to tell you honestly, that is okay. And when we do our bi-weekly one-on-one meetings, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about you not knowing and how we can get you on a path to knowing and understanding what you want to do and what you want to be. So don't be upset if you're not sure, if you're not clear. Listen, you've only been on this earth maybe 15, 16, 17 years. You're not supposed to know all of those things, at one time. Let me also encourage you this. As you get older, you'll kind of settle into what you really want to do or want to be. You may go to school for one particular career, then get out and graduate, try a different career, and figure out that that's the career path for you. So don't be discouraged if your career assessment doesn't come out the way you think it should have, or you still don't get a clear path understanding. It's okay, because you are uniquely you. And really, this particular week's discovery is all about discovering unique you. All right, so that's our week 1 video. Assignments will post shortly, or I'm hoping with this video. But anyway, y'all have a great week. And next week, I'll be reaching out to you to set aside some time so we can have conversation about what you, what's going on with you and what your career plans are. Have a good one.